let's take a look at the sports brands that need a rebrand. Part 2. Well, last time I talked about the sports that, the pro sports teams that really need a rebrand. And today I'm going to give my thoughts on what minor teams I think need a rebrand. Not minor league teams, but minor teams means there's a few minor changes for them. So let's go over it. Also, this is just my opinion. You can disagree with me in the comment section down below. First up are the Washington Commanders. I just don't like the logo when they revealed it, and I think the name is okay. I mean, there's not much you can do with a name like Commanders, so I guess there's so limited following, but when it comes to making a logo for a team called the Commanders, but yeah, I don't like this logo, and a lot of people, looking at you, Penguin Note, want them to be called the Red Hawks. Other people want them to be called the Red Wolves. Tell me what you prefer in the comment section down below, but I prefer the word Red Wolf. I mean the name Red Wolves. But go ahead, let me know what you think in the comments. Next up, the Carolina Hurricanes. Yes, the sports team that has an identity crisis over the years. The Hurricanes have an identity crisis, and yeah, they just had a big identity crisis, and I feel like they cannot find their footing when it comes to their brand. People like Penguin Note wants the team to go with the Storm flag branding, but personally I either prefer the Stadium Series look or the 2017 look. But the Carolina Hurricanes need to do something. These are my preferences, obviously. Obviously, you can share your preference in the comments. Next up, the Miami Dolphins. Okay, so why are the Dolphins on this list? Well, I think the Dolphins really have their look nailed, except for their primary logo. I'm sorry, Dolphins, but you don't have the best logo in the NFL. That honor belongs to the Carolina Panthers. There are a few teams that I think have great logos in the NFL that I don't want to change, but this one I feel like missed the mark a little bit. If I was the head of the Dolphins, and I would want to go back to that original look from the 1970s, but in today's colors. I think that would really work well with the modernization of that logo. I also missed two major redesigns that I'll talk about at the end of this video. Next up, the Detroit Lions. Same thing with the Dolphins. The Lions have great branding, but it kind of has that Chicago Bears kind of brand where, and I know the Bears and Lions are rivals, okay? I didn't even mean that for that to happen, but for me to say the Bears, for example, but anyway, the Lions don't have their primary logo missed the mark for me. The mane blends into the rest of the lion body, which I feel like it should be separate, and also you can barely see the claws and also the teeth as well. If you want a lion silhouette, make it more detailed. And I feel like the Lions didn't cram enough details. Also, I don't really like the eye of the logo too much either. So, I would just redo the entire logo. That's all I would change. Except the silver helmets, of course. Every team that doesn't have gray in this color scheme shouldn't have a gray helmet. Every team. Next up, the Miami Marlins. And this one was hard to put on the list because I love the the Marlins branding, but some people they think should rebrand. I'm kind of one of those people, but for me it's just a minor nitpick. Make the baseball visible. I know a lot of if you make it more prominent, there's that problem of blocking the line that it's a baseball team. We already know that. But it's really a cool logo. I would have put them low on this list. I don't know why I put them so high. Next up, the Washington Capitals. I should have had this on the major redesigns because same thing with the Dallas Stars, but that video would have gone on forever if I just decided to do that. So I had to put them in part 2, and to be completely honest, both are equally terrible, if you ask me. The Capitals just have a really complex jersey in terms of the league, and we already saw it multiple times, just like the Winnipeg Jets. I didn't get there either, but for the Capitals, I would say either go to the Screaming Eagle or the Weagle, but my personal preference is for them to go with the Screaming Eagle, personally. But I thought the 70s wordmark was also cool if you did a modernized version of that. But people don't really like the wordmark, and that's why it's high on this list. But for me, it's not a huge rebrand just because there are the badder rebrands out there that people have done, and Yeah, next up, the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm sorry if I said the Stars before. I accidentally put that on the list twice, so I'm very sorry for that. The Jaguars are just amazing brands so far. I think it definitely has potential, but I love their 90s jerseys. Looking back at them now, yeah, wasn't here in the 90s. No, I'm not going to tell you what year I was born, so. Anyway, putting that aside, the Jaguars, I feel like, people say stuff that's kind of mean about this team, but I see it as much potential. I just think that they could do more with the materials that they were given. So, yeah, no need to change the logo. I feel like some people say that, well, we love the old logo that was in the 70s and we want that back. But for me, personally, I don't see it. What is wrong with you if you don't like that logo? I love it, of course. Next up, the Columbus Blue Jackets. This one, a lot of people say that they don't like the logo and they don't like the pinstripes. I don't like the pinstripes. I agree with that. However, there is more. I feel like they could have a striping pattern on the bottom of their jersey just to make sure the bottom isn't entirely blank like it is now. I would move the pinstripes from the arms to the shoulders and kind of do a chevron shoulder patch as well as some stars down there as well. But people say go the Canon logo. For me, it's the jerseys that really are the problem, not the logo. I think the logo is actually pretty solid, and just like the name Commanders, like they're the Blue Jackets. What do you expect? It's hard to draw up a logo concept for a team that doesn't really have any relevance today. That's hard. Unless it's like a knight or something. That's easy, but yeah. Next up, the Minnesota Wild. I feel like people complain that, oh, we want the North Stars look to return. And I'm like, really? What's wrong with their current look? I mean, I like the colors, I like the logo, it's just the jerseys. And for me, I don't like center stripe designs, especially on their home jersey. But if you push that stripe down to the waist, I might be in favor of it. Same thing with the white one. Actually, the white one doesn't have a center stripe, but if you change the white striping to be what it is on the home jersey and put it on the waist rather than on the chest, I feel like that would be good for the Wild. So, no, I don't think they should go back to the North Stars look, because what if the North Stars come back? I mean, it's very, very impossible for them to come back. obviously, but if they did come back, like, why if they wanted to use those uniforms again, right? Same thing with the Whalers down the road, or the Scouts, or the Nordiques. If you don't know, those are former NHL teams that were in the running, and I feel like, yeah, if they wanted to bring those jerseys back, they can. Like, the NHL can't stop them from doing that. And, yeah. And they will no longer be able to wear throwbacks, in my opinion. Next up, the Cincinnati Bengals. This team has two problems. One, the logo, two, the location. And I talked about these problems before, but use the alternate tiger logo that the Bengals have. Instead of the B with the stripes, like, the Bengals aren't really one of those teams, right? We know what they are. We know that you can draw a sufficient logo and stuff like that. Do it, Bengals. The other thing I would say is that I would probably move them to Orlando, because Tigers, like, if you're trying to make a sports team that has a exotic name like the Lions, the Tigers, they should be in their correct location. That doesn't mean the Bengals should move from Cincinnati to India, but it does mean that they should move to a climate that is like India, like Florida, for example. They probably even have jungles in Florida. I don't know. I haven't been to Florida that much just to know if there are jungles there or not. But anyway, if there are, then you know, Miami is more like a jungle, where Cincinnati, you know, isn't like a jungle at all. So I would probably move the team to a tiger-like climate, per se. Next up, the Miami Heat. Only one preference. Please make red your primary color. And no, not the dark. I feel like it would be a lighter shade of that color. Just a bit. Just to kind of add more pop to the franchise, I feel like. The black home jersey just doesn't, the black away jersey just really doesn't do it justice for me. And yeah, also bring back the orange that you had in the 1990s and make that your primary logo color. You know, and have it fade from yellow on the top to orange on the bottom. Like it was in the 90s. I like that logo design, and yeah. Let's talk about the teams that I think should get a minor league design that I missed. First up, the Dallas Stars. The Dallas Cowboys. Sorry. I always get those two mixed up because they both have a star in their branding, where the Cowboys don't need one. And that's the problem. You know, they're not called the Dallas Stars, they're called the Dallas Cowboys. So why is the star the main mark The secondary mark could be a star, no problem. But the primary logo, this one is interesting. I think it should be Cowboy Joe. Obviously, Cowboy Joe needs a lot of modernization. But you could do it, like a modernized version of that. I would be down for that. Yeah, and also lose the pants and the gray helmet. The gray helmet just doesn't do it for me. The cornflower blue pants, I don't like those either. The Dallas, anyway, next up, the Chicago Bears. Here I am talking about the Chicago Bears. And no, I don't have a vendetta against Chicago sports teams. I like the Bulls, but I just don't like any of the other teams. The Bears, well, they kind of just copied their, baseball name. Like, really? You couldn't think of a more Chicago-based name? And I would personally either move the Bears to, again, like a bear climate, like Boston. I even talked about moving them to Milwaukee at one point in time. Actually, that was the Cubs, but the Bears could do that as well. I don't see a reason why they can't do that. Anyway, just a more bear-like climate because, again, the Bears are just so bad with branding nowadays. I like the orange and the blue color palette though. Just keep that. Remove the C as well. I don't like the C logo. Yes, you're from Chicago. I get it. But that team, that logo is from Staley's, right? You're not called the Staley's anymore. You're called the Bears. And I would make a new bear head logo. And yeah, I just don't like it. The Boston Bruins do the exact same thing, but they actually have a bear in their branding that I like. Anyway, moving on to the Philadelphia Eagles. I did not think I was going to put this team in a major league design, but they sure need one. And no, I don't have anything against the current Eagles brand. I like it. I just love the throwback more, and I feel like, I wish there was a brand that, put two and two together. I really like their 1980s logo, so remodernize that with a shade of blue, shade of green that's in the middle of the two greens. I feel like that would be a nice kind of break away from the current brand. Oh, and I also forgot to say with the stars, make it royal blue instead of navy. Anyway, moving on to the, and yeah, that's about all of the teams that I would do a minor league design for and a major league design for the teams that I missed. Go ahead, let me know which brands you would like to see rebrand in the comment section down below. If you like sports branding, please sure to like the video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my latest videos. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Kapow!